Today's video is going to be super helpful to those who haven't started their business yet, okay? I am not just going to be giving you the plain old steps like get your business license, find a vendor, and launch your business. I am going to be diving deeper than that, and I'm going to be telling you certain steps you should be taking while building your brand, okay? Hey hustle babes, I'm Chanel the Brand Hustler, and this is a channel for all of my hustle babes who are interested in gaining insight on the entrepreneur journey while learning essential marketing and business tips for their brand. If that sounds like you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join the Hustle Babe community. Today's video is going to be super helpful to those who haven't started their business yet, okay? So we're in 2021, we're in a brand new year, and I know that a lot of us want to start that business we've been dreaming of. So what better timing than to drop a video right now on how you can start a business. And because my name is the Brand Hustler, I am not just going to be giving you the plain old steps like get your business license, find a vendor, and launch your business. I am going to be diving deeper than that, and I'm going to be telling you certain steps you should be taking while building your brand, okay? So we're going to be talking about branding and business steps, okay? So if you're excited for that, comment down below letting me know what type of business you want to start, or if you've already started your business, drop that business down below and give yourself a huge shout out so that we can support you. But before I get into these steps, I have a special announcement to share with you, so let me go ahead and roll that clip. The eHustle Club is an impactful group filled with ambitious women who are serious about growing their business and expanding their brands. Each and every month, we host new classes on branding, marketing, and entrepreneurship. We also have guest speakers who visit us, a dashboard filled with bonus resources, chances to win prizes, and much more. If you're interested in a group that unites resources and accountability to propel your business growth, then join the eHustle Club today and get your first month for only $15. Just click the link in the description box and use the code YouTube. All right, y'all. So I am going to break this video down into 10 digestible steps. All right. So these steps are detrimental to starting your business the correct way. I am trying to prevent you from launching and then figuring out maybe 2 or 3 months later that you didn't do the proper things before you launch, and therefore you're not seeing the success in your business that you should, right? Now, in general, business success takes time, okay? You may not be super successful within your month of launching your business. It may take you 3 months, 6 months, or even a year to actually reach the level of success that you want. But nonetheless, you shouldn't be experiencing much failure if you actually launch correctly. So I split it into 10 detrimental steps that I'm going to share with you. So let's go ahead and hop into those steps. Step number 1 is to identify a problem or a need in an industry that you are interested in. So that could be clothing, beauty, hair, makeup, whatever. Identify an industry that you're interested in and do the research. Ask some people who are involved in that industry, or ask people who you know love that industry as well. Ask them what some issues are or what needs they currently have. And that way you can have an understanding of how you can fill that gap with your business. So a good example of this is Fashion Nova. He saw that there were curvy Coke bottle shaped women who had issues finding jeans and clubwear that fit them. So he created a business that was catered towards solving that problem, right? Something as simple as clothing, he saw an issue with it. So that is what I mean by identify a problem within an industry that you love. Step number 2 is then to find or create the products that solve that problem. Now, this can be services as well, but because I focus on helping women with bomb products, right, I am going to emphasize product-based examples. So for step number 2, you need to find or create a product that solves the problem. So if a problem was maybe people are losing their hair or their edges or something like that, maybe you need to formulate some type of hair growth drops. Or maybe the problem is that tall women are having problems finding pants that don't flood, right? Maybe it's time for you to find a vendor that can create pants that fit tall women correctly, or maybe you can design them yourself and then find a manufacturer to actually create them. Whatever the issue is that you identified in step number 1, this is where you actually find or create the product that solves that issue or provides the resource to that need. Step number 3 is then to research and identify your bullseye, okay? And so bullseye is a term I like to use for target audience. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I am going to link a video right here where I talk about target audience, why it's important, and why you need to identify yours. And I even give you some tips on how to identify yours. But basically, your target audience is the group of people who will respond in a good way to your products or your services, okay? So you need to figure out who has the problem that you are building this business to actually go and solve, right? Because if you are trying to solve a problem, but you're targeting people who don't even have the problem, you will never be able to make a sale, right? Because everybody doesn't have the same problems. Even if you think down to something like, I don't know, toilet paper, right? Some of us have sensitive skin, so we can't use certain toilet papers. Some of us have different preferences. And so because we have different needs and because we have different problems, we use different brands and different types of toilet paper, even though it is something that you think is pretty essential, right? And so that leads us into step number 4. So step number 4 is pretty basic, but it is to get the proper licenses, okay? So you have a couple of different licenses that you can get within business, and depending on what industry you're in, you may have more permits and things like that to get, but generally you need to get some type of business registration license. So that can be an LLC, that could be a corporation, a DBA, whatever that is. I am not a lawyer, so I am not going to suggest which one you should get, but just know that the Brand Hustler is an LLC, okay? And so I chose the LLC for a number of reasons, just because it gives me more protection over my personal assets, and I'm able to branch off and create little mini businesses within my umbrella of an LLC. But like I said, I'm not a lawyer. If you want, I will give you my lawyer's info to chat with her. Just comment down below and say, Chanel, give me your lawyer's info so that I can schedule a call with her, and I will make sure that I give you that info, okay? But that is the first type of license that you want to make sure you get. Now, because you're selling products, if you are going through like a manufacturer, or even if you're making products yourself and you plan on charging people tax for it, you need to make sure that you get what's called a reseller's permit or a tax ID, and that is different for each state. So the price is going to be different, the name may even be different in your state, and the process is going to be different, but you want to make sure that you get that as well, because that allows you to legally charge people tax, and that gives you the ability to not be charged tax by the actual wholesaler, vendor, manufacturer themselves, okay? The third thing that you want to make sure that you get in that whole legal category is an EIN number. Your EIN number is basically like a social security number for your business, okay? So it is what identifies your business when it's time for you to apply for a bank account, or when you're filling out an application for pretty much anything for your business. You probably want to use an EIN versus an actual social security number that belongs to you or your part owner of your business. You probably want to use an EIN so that you don't have to throw your social security number out everywhere. And then that leads us into step number 5. So step number 5 is to secure funding and your products, okay? So what I mean by this is you need to figure out where the money is going to come from to fund your business. Is it going to come from your 9-to-5? Is it going to come from a grant that you won? Is it going to come from that rich uncle that you have that told you that he would invest in your dreams no matter what they were? Whoever or whatever that funding source is, you need to identify it so that you can establish some sort of budget, so you can know what that flow looks like within your business. Where is the money coming from? Once you make the money back, does it need to repay anyone? Where exactly is it going? So you need to establish that. In the same breath, you need to actually buy these products, right? So find where the products are coming from and buy these products. And so if you are searching for vendors, I actually did 2 different vendor videos in the past, and I am going to link them on the screen so that you can go ahead and watch those. I talk about skincare vendors, and I also do a clothing vendor video. That is very helpful because a lot of people are able to use that video and find vendors for free, okay? So definitely check that video out. Step number 6, and probably my favorite, is to set goals. Too many times people are launching businesses and they just have a picture of what they want to make because they're going off of like Instagram. So like if somebody made like 100,000 recently, they're like, okay, well, I just need to make 100,000. Or if somebody made $1 million, I want to make $1 million. But it's like, have you really thought about where you're at in your life, in your business, how much money you're actually willing to invest into your business so that you can set realistic goals? Like, have you actually thought about that? On top of that, have you set specific goals, or are you just starting business and saying, I want to make sales? That does not work. Your goals need to be specific. Your goals need to be measurable. Your goals also need to make sure that they have a timeline and that they are realistic to where you are in life and in business once again. Now, I have a workbook that explains this whole thing. It breaks down my SMART formula, and it even breaks down what I like to call my GST diagram, which helps you take your goal and transform it into strategies that will actually work for your business. If you're interested in that goal planning workbook, I'm going to link it in the description box down below, and I'm also going to link a target audience workbook so that you can figure out who your bullseye is. That will all be linked in the description box as well, and I'll even put it as a pinned comment to make it easier for the people who don't want to open the description box, even though you should, okay? But I'm going to link it down below because that goal planning workbook helps me even, and it helps a lot of people set goals in their business that they actually then achieve because they did it the right way and they have like a roadmap for their business. So definitely check that out. Now, step number 7 is to use the goals that you have created to create a launch marketing strategy plan. Boom. Okay, so this right here is even more fun, right? Because this is where your creative juices get to flow out. You get to think about all of the bomb ways you can market your up and coming business, y'all. And so you need to have a launch marketing strategy, point blank, period. You shouldn't be doing surprise launches. Do not ever, listen to me, do not ever pop up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever, and say, hey y'all, I opened my business today, check it out. Don't ever do that, okay? You should have a launch marketing strategy that has been prepping these people at least for 30 days before your actual launch day. They should have already built up that excitement within themselves to want to check out your products when you actually launch your business, okay? So stop doing surprise launches, and if you thought about doing a surprise launch, use this video as a sign to not do it. I can promise you, I can guarantee that if you execute a launch marketing strategy plan correctly, you will see sales within your first week of launching, okay? If you do it correctly. And if you want help on how to create a launch marketing strategy plan, feel free to check out the 3-hour launch marketing strategy course that I have, okay? So this was a course that I created when I first launched the Brand Hustler. So I created this back in 2019 because I was in a place where my mindset was on level, I don't want to say level 1 because I was never on level 1, but my mindset was on the entry space. So I was able to think about a lot of the questions that a new business owner would be thinking about, and I was able to answer it in that actual class. So this is why I've kept this around for so long, because so many people say that it still helps them to this day, okay? So I am going to leave the link to the launch marketing strategy class down below. It includes a workbook. Like I said, it's 3 hours and it covers a whole lot, okay? It even covers emails and what emails you need to be sending out before launch, all right? So check that out. And then number 8, okay, is to create your visual branding. So this is where your logo, your color codes, your website, your business cards, all that stuff falls underneath your visual brand, okay? You can either create it yourself or you can hire someone to do it for you. But just make sure that your branding is actually cohesive, okay, across the board. Make sure that you know your color codes and you're using them consistently. Make sure that you know what style of branding you want and you're using it consistently. You should be able to see a business card from someone and see a website and know that they're the same thing, like point blank period, okay? So make sure that your branding is consistent. Step number 9 is to have a photo shoot or a video shoot, okay? Or both. All right, too many times I see people launching their businesses and using screenshots of their vendor photos, or asking their international vendor, can they use the photos? And those photos are sometimes pictures of celebrities that vendor stole themselves. And so that vendor can't necessarily get in trouble for it if they're international, but you can get in trouble for it because you're not international, okay? So you wanna make sure that you're being smart. And also, why would you wanna use a bunch of low quality pictures from your vendor anyway when you can create bomb photos and videos of your products that look like your brand, right? I'd rather create photos and I'd rather create videos that people will recognize my brand the minute they see it. They know who my model is, right? They know what style of photo I do. They know what my backdrop looks like. I'd rather have that than to use a vendor photo any day. So make sure that you have a photo shoot or a video shoot or both for your business, okay? And then finally, last but not least, step number 10 is to execute your launch marketing strategy plan to actually launch. So your launch marketing strategy plan is going to detail every step that you need to take, from email marketing to social media to just prepping yourself internally, period, creating the hype on Instagram and all that stuff. It's going to outline that stuff for you. So you should execute this all the way up until launch, and even when you launch, you should be executing your launch marketing strategy plan still, because this is something that you should be doing for your first 3 months of business, okay? So month number 1 is usually the pre-launch phase before you even open up shop. Month number 2 is when your business is actually open, and then month number 3 is that collective period where you're able to use the results from the month you launched to actually go forth and make improvements. But nonetheless, I'm not going to sit here and chat for a long time. You can go ahead and get the class by clicking the link in my description box, or if you want to learn one-on-one from me about how to create your own launch marketing strategy, you can definitely book a brand strategy session with me by going to thebrandhustler.com, clicking coaching, and then going ahead and booking, okay? I hope this video was helpful. If you know someone that this video can help, make sure that you hit the share button and send this to them, and give this video a thumbs up. If you are not following me on Instagram, make sure that you follow me at The Brand Hustler. You can follow my personal Instagram at IamChanelQ. Make sure that you follow my new TikToky, which is The Brand Hustler as well. And subscribe to this channel if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed. Like, why are you watching this if you're not subscribed? So subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And other than that, I will see you later, Hustle Babes. Bye! So I'm back real quick because I forgot to tell y'all this special announcement. First of all, we hit 30,000 subscribers, but on top of that, Black History Month is next month, and I have to honor the small Black-owned businesses that are within my Hustle Babe community. So I'm going to be doing free small business promo for Black-owned business. So if you currently have a product-based business, I want you to send me whatever the product is that you want for me to have, and I am going to do a video where I unbox all the products that I receive and shout out your business. And I might even put some of those businesses in my other videos as an extra highlight. So if you're interested, I'm going to put the PO box on the screen, and it's also going to be in my description box, okay? So make sure you send the stuff there ASAP, because I am going to be starting this in February, okay? So send those packages, and I can't wait to see all of the good products that I already know you have, and I can't wait to show my subscribers and the other people that watch my videos who aren't subscribed what you have to offer for your business. Okay, so now I'm officially out of here. Bye, Hustle Babes.